On November 9th, 2024, tragedy struck the bustling Queta railway station in Balochistan, Pakistan. A suicide bomber detonated a powerful explosive device, killing and injuring dozens of innocent people. The station, crowded with travelers and families, was transformed into a scene of chaos and carnage. The air filled with the smell of explosives and the cries of the wounded. First responders rushed to the scene, desperately searching for survivors amidst the rubble and debris. The Balochistan Liberation Army, or BLA, a separatist group fighting for independence from Pakistan, claimed responsibility for the attack. The group stated that the bombing targeted a Pakistani military unit returning from training. The bomber, laden with an estimated 6 to 8 kilograms of explosives, inflicted a devastating toll. At least 25 people were killed, including 14 soldiers. Another 50 individuals were injured, some critically. The Queta station bombing sent shockwaves throughout Pakistan and beyond. It served as a grim reminder of the volatile security situation in Balochistan. The province, Pakistan's largest and richest in natural resources, has been plagued by an ongoing insurgency for decades. The BLA and other separatist groups have waged a violent campaign against the Pakistani state, seeking independence and control over their land and resources. The attack on the Queta station was a horrific act of terrorism, targeting innocent civilians and military personnel alike. It highlighted the complex and intractable challenges facing Pakistan in its efforts to bring peace and stability to Balochistan. The bombing also underscored the human cost of the conflict, a cost borne by ordinary people caught in the crossfire. Balochistan, a vast and rugged province in southwestern Pakistan, is a land of stark contrasts. It is home to breathtaking landscapes, from towering mountains to arid deserts. Beneath the surface lie vast reserves of natural resources, including natural gas, coal, copper and gold. Despite its wealth of resources, Balochistan remains Pakistan's least developed province. Its people suffer from poverty, illiteracy and a lack of basic infrastructure. The Baloch people, the province's largest ethnic group, have long felt marginalized and exploited by the Pakistani state. They accuse the government of neglecting their development and plundering their resources for the benefit of other provinces. These grievances have fueled a sense of alienation and resentment, creating fertile ground for separatist sentiment. The Balochistan conflict is rooted in history. The region has a long tradition of autonomy and resistance to outside rule. When Pakistan gained independence in 1947, the Khanate of Kalat, which covered much of present-day Balochistan, declared its independence. However, Pakistan annexed the Khanate by force in 1948, sparking the first of several Baloch uprisings. The ongoing insurgency, which began in the early 2000s, is the latest chapter in Balochistan's turbulent history. The conflict has intensified in recent years, marked by a surge in violence by separatist groups and a heavy-handed response from the Pakistani military. The cycle of violence has claimed thousands of lives and displaced countless families, further deepening the sense of grievance and mistrust between the Baloch people and the Pakistani state. The Balochistan Liberation Army, or BLA, is the most prominent and active separatist group operating in Balochistan. Founded in 2005, the BLA is waging an armed struggle for an independent Balochistan free from Pakistani rule. The group claims to represent the Baloch people and their aspirations for self-determination. The BLA has been designated as a terrorist organization by Pakistan, the United States and the United Kingdom. The group has carried out numerous attacks targeting Pakistani security forces, government installations and infrastructure projects. The BLA has also been accused of targeting civilians, including settlers from other parts of Pakistan, whom they view as agents of demographic change. The BLA's tactics have drawn international condemnation. The group's use of violence against civilians and its targeting of development projects have exacerbated the suffering of the Baloch people and hindered efforts to bring peace and stability to the region. The BLA's attacks on Chinese interests in Balochistan have also raised regional tensions, as China has invested heavily in infrastructure projects in the province as part of its Belt and Road Initiative. The BLA's ideology is rooted in Baloch nationalism and a sense of historical grievance against the Pakistani state. The group views Pakistan as an occupying force and accuses the government of exploiting Balochistan's resources while neglecting the needs of its people. The BLA's goal is to establish an independent Balochistan where the Baloch people can control their own destiny. The future of Balochistan hangs in the balance. The ongoing conflict has created a deep chasm between the Baloch people and the Pakistani state, fueled by mistrust, resentment and violence. Finding a lasting solution to the Balochistan conflict will require a multifaceted approach that addresses the underlying political, economic and social grievances that drive the insurgency. Dialogue and reconciliation are essential. The Pakistani government must engage in meaningful negotiations with Baloch leaders, including those who have taken up arms, to address their legitimate grievances. This will require a willingness to compromise and a genuine commitment to finding a political solution that respects the rights and aspirations of the Baloch people. Economic development is crucial. The Pakistani government must prioritize the development of Balochistan, investing in education, healthcare, infrastructure and job creation. This will require a concerted effort to address corruption and ensure that the benefits of development reach all segments of society, particularly the marginalized Baloch population. Security operations alone cannot bring peace to Balochistan. The Pakistani military must exercise restraint in its operations against separatist groups, avoiding civilian casualties and respecting human rights. A purely military approach will only serve to alienate the Baloch people further and fuel the insurgency. International engagement is important. The international community can play a constructive role in supporting dialogue, promoting human rights and encouraging development in Balochistan. However, it is essential that any external involvement respects Pakistan's sovereignty and territorial integrity. The Balochistan conflict is a complex and challenging issue with no easy solutions. However, by addressing the underlying drivers of the conflict, promoting dialogue and reconciliation, and prioritizing development, there is hope for a more peaceful and prosperous future for Balochistan and its people.